just gnawing them away. Oh my God. It's like I want to sit here because I want to face something, or like a mirror. I want like evidence. Evidence. She's a very ragged edge right now. I want like I feel like I go crazy alone with my thoughts, and this is like, oh, why is my nose sticky? I don't know, all these. It's like you think you're all that, and then you think you're nothing, and they because they're trying to come to some equilibrium, or I am, or she is. Like, who is this? I say you because I'm like trying to. If it's just Morgan, I don't want to say it. I want. But is that me? I ask myself, is that me like buying into the sort of like being told that, you know, my cares and myself like doesn't matter? I started a Substack. It's the same here. It's just my name, Morgan Prescott. If you want to, if you're like, I see her in video and I want her also in the written word. And my book should be available for pre-order this week. So I feel like maybe I should read more. God, I've become so concerned with the goings on of this social world. And I always was when I was younger, but I resent it. And so I guess I haven't changed much because I'm still fighting with it and going into it and resenting it. Ah. It's I feel like really the anxiety like is transmuted into this like delight and excitement. I feel really excited. I don't know why. Oh my goodness, it's just like all these things in my life have been happening lately. It's it's really amazing. I mean, and it just feels like every day. It just feels like just so much consciousness. Is like I was laying in bed like a minute ago, being like, not a minute, like a few minutes ago, just thinking, okay, the guy I was seeing, I stopped seeing him. We weren't compatible. In a way, we were very compatible, but it didn't start to. It started to feel. I could feel it in my body now, like the red flags. I thought that what I wanted, the idea of like what am I looking for? What do I want? I was constantly like shooting myself in the foot because I would say, here's what I want, and then I would a person shows up and they have some of it and they have other things that you don't want or whatever. They are a whole ass person. And then it starts to feel off. And I go, oh, well, it feels off, but I don't care about that. But then they're not what I want, but maybe what I want was just nothing, was just doesn't matter. Maybe I wanted all the wrong things. Maybe I'm looking for all the wrong things. And it's like, baby, it feels off because that's not what you want. Like, though, that's that thing. They just, it's the same thing. Life feels like something. And that thing is the thing that it feels like. It's it's that literal thing. It's like I was feeling all these like upsetting, crazy emotions, like insane in my body, and it's just like, but that's like it's like that's just another realm, and then real life is happening, and I have all these thoughts and feelings, and people are showing up and they're treating me a certain way, and then I'm like, but then I'm having all these emotions and sensations in my body, and I'm like, well, I have to deal with those and then navigate real life and navigate how people are treating me or whatever. And it's just it's truly absurd. It's truly absurd because they are literally the same thing. Like the second it fell out of alignment with him, because I said, this is what I'm looking for. And he said, let me get back to you in a few days. Or, you know, let me get back to you on whether that works for me. I said, okay. We see each other a few days later. He says, in quite a roundabout way, but, you know, clearly enough that I would have had to be deluding myself to not, because again, confusion is a sign that it's not aligning. That, you know, he doesn't want the same thing. And then we keep kind of trying to keep going. We see each other that night still. And all of these amazing feelings I'd been feeling of like, oh, it's so safe. I feel so amazing, so ecstatic with this person. Now I'm feeling sad. And I'm like, maybe it's okay that I feel sad. And of course it is okay that I feel sad. I'm like, maybe the answer is just I have to feel this emotion, and so I'm like feeling sad with him, and it's like then I stopped feeling safe, and the safety that I felt that allowed that like intimate connection to feel so amazing was gone, and it's just so funny how obvious it is, and then the mental gymnastics to try to make it like not make sense. Like, so it's like, okay, it clearly I want, you know, a thing that he couldn't give me. I wanted a relationship with him in a specific way. And I don't know, it's just right before I started filming, I was sitting here and my brain starts spinning its gears of what am I going to say? And I don't want to say any of that stuff, so it's like a very weird little process that I'm planning all what I'm gonna say, and then everything that I'm planning is now something that I feel like I can't say because then that's a planned thing. But I was sitting here spinning my wheels, thinking, oh God, I've lost my train of thought now. I've lost her. Oh yeah, that I feel so little clarity in my life right now. I feel like I'm I'm facing this fear of like being lost or in the weeds, or like this sense of like absolutism that I cling to is just I feel so adrift, like unconscious, like lack of choice, lack of awareness, things like responsibilities that I feel just don't happen, laundry, showering, eating. There's always a not right now that it gets pushed away, and it's not that I'm not doing things, but it's my brain pleasure seeking. Like, what should I do tonight? Oh, I should go out to the club. And I have an energy for that is the seeking drive, and I'll do it whether I'm running on fumes. You know, I'll do it even if it's just if I go out and I party, it'll fix this. It'll distract me. But then when it's like, okay, you could do that, or you could do your laundry and make dinner. I feel so much shame about this. Like, it's always, you're such a silly girl. What a silly girl. Like, just all her priorities are in the wrong spots. She's not serious about her life. She doesn't study. She's dumb. Like, so much ego wrapped in my intelligence. And it's just like, I feel so dumb and silly lately. And sensitive about people, like, saying things to me because they can see my vulnerability, like the negative comments about telling me how I should live my life, because I think the type of vulnerability that I'm displaying invites advice. She needs help. She needs someone to tell her, because it's really hard to, I think, to look at someone in a situation who's saying, I feel shame, I feel bad about myself, I feel lost, I feel confused, and to say, that person doesn't know what they're doing because they're expressing these things. That is a person who is less competent, or I'm in a position as the viewer to presume that I'm more competent than them. And it is a nice feeling to be on the other side of the screen and think, I can do something about this. And I guess there's like an invitation to see the way that I'm expressing this as a really essential part of like the plan, you know? Like, the expressing loss and confusion is like, comes from like a deep clarity of like, something's going on and I need to be in this place right now. And I'm not the girl at this point in my life who's gonna say, and maybe I'm wrong about that. It's like, no, this is where I need to be right now. This is what needs to be happening. There's so many challenges. And I think it's really hard to bear witness to somebody's suffering in ways that I can't even see myself. Like, other people can clock your blind spots so well, and you do it all the time. You clock my blind spots, like things I didn't realize I was, insecure about, or things I didn't, ways, like I just didn't realize I was speaking about myself so unkindly. I look back on the videos and I'm like, I was speaking about myself so unkindly. But it just seemed, of course I would speak about myself that way. It didn't seem unkind. It just seemed like that's just the way it was. But it's really hard to bear witness to somebody's pain without trying to change it, trying to solve it. Because the empathy drive in humanity really kicks in, and you sit there and you feel what I'm feeling, and it's not comfortable. And so I'm really appreciative to the ones who bear witness. They're easy to get angry at. It's really easy to get angry at the people on the other side of the screen. But I am also the one on the other side of the screen. I am often the witness. In fact, most of my time I think is spent as the witness. but things are happening. And I'm hungry, and I feel hungry, and I have to eat. I have to eat. It's the eating. It's my main vice, is not eating. But look at her in there, like, oh wow. There's this song that I find comfort in called Irene. And there's a lyric in it that goes, "But keep your grace, Irene. Don't go falling in love with yourself." And I feel shame because I think about that verse and I think I fell in love with myself. So much like sludge up in here. Yeah. Just a little bottom feeder. Grifting on my basest desires. Head empty. Like all these little bad habits, and I'm luxuriating in it. Shame, 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 shame. But I'm like, when I make it like this, when I do this, I can't be the barrier of belief in myself as this kind of like happier person, or a person who is less insecure or less messy, whatever she thinks of herself as. I can't maintain it if I just turn on the camera and start going. I cannot maintain the delusion or illusion that I am in a different place than I am. It just is, and I value that so much. I just value the way that, like, the side that comes out of me when the camera is on like this. It's very powerful. Like, and people are so afraid of it. Like, people are so afraid of being filmed. It's like a huge, because it changes your whole perception. Like, where am I right now? Am I present with the room? Like, I've gone somewhere. I'm talking to, like, the mental image of a very ill-defined person. It's not a man, it's not a woman. It's myself, but it's not Morgan. And I go in and out of thinking about, oh, so much shame. Fear and shame, and just like, but I don't know, like, there's a purpose that I used to feel when I would make these a lot more often. I was sure that I was doing something worthwhile of something. And I hate it. Like, I hate to watch them, and I think it's garbage and all this sludge. But I felt so passionate about it. And the way I feel so passionate about it, and the specific way that it makes people uncomfortable. It like it pokes like right in like the boredom, the like in betweenness, the nothingness, the fact that this is just filler content. It's not giving you anything. It's not about a topic. There's nothing to I try to be a person who you can grip onto. Like I want to be like an anchor. I want to be a grounded person who like can show up and you know my face. And I'm trying to be that. And it's so hard to feel like just the doubt of like I'm incredibly self-centered. It's just me. But I feel so passionate that it's so close to what everyone's doing. It's so it's like I want the people to have what they want. The Instagram selfies of the person. And me. I want, to be known in this very strange new way. But it's so old, it's so ancient. Like the storytellers, like the old storytellers, this relationship dynamic, this parasociality, is an ancient energy that has been like essential. This myth making that we build our whole lives around our myths, around ourselves, around our heroes, our gods, our ancestors, our parents, our friends. There's so much myth making. And so like this feels like something when I don't try to, you know, twist it. When I just say like, "Oh my god, I'm so insecure. What am I doing?" I don't have any belief that anyone should be watching this. And when I feel that like upset and vulnerable about something, but it's not like people are like it's not I'm not laying all my mess of like story time. This is the terrible thing that happened to me and whatever. It's like it's very neutral, middle of the road. Like, and it's nothing. It's I'm talking about a thing that's happening, and it's happening right now, and it's this thing. And you can't see what I'm seeing. That's the funny. It's like you're just seeing this background, this painting I've been working on for so long. It's not a painting, but it's occurring. It's me. It's my naked body. Like, how much more self-centered can it get? Oh goodness gracious. But I'm just like, dude, you have one. Like Morgan, it could be anyone. I'm not talking about Morgan's body. I'm talking about the body that you have. I want you to be thinking about the body you have. But and this is the one that I have attached to me. This is the one that I am. I don't have another one. If I had another one, I would draw that one, you know? Uh is her whole life, you know. She's just a white girl in a long series of white girls who only ever thought about herself, and she was her own muse. She had a man inside her head who was her own voyeur, and it ripped her apart from the inside and made her miserable, but it also made her genius. But she was really just like every other bitch. That is something I think I would flag in the future, is that's not a kind thing to say about. That's not a kind thing to say about yourself. And I don't have to be self-aggrandizing. I don't have to say, oh, I'm a genius. But I don't have to be mean either. Like, I don't freely, I'm just, we're in free fall here. And this is, I feel passionately about doing nothing other than sitting in my freaking bedroom by myself and saying that I feel passionately. I feel like that is where I need to be. That this is the work that I need to be doing. It's not the only thing I'm doing, but I feel so passionately about how low effort this is. I can't handle the amount that I have to try. If I have to try that hard, I can't. I can't. And I do it. But it just feels like I'm off on a limb somewhere. And I'll be off on a limb all the time. It's just, this is like home base, Me, and it's the phone camera that everyone else has, and it's the body that everyone else has one, and I'm in their bedroom and everyone else has got one of those, and everyone is just, not everyone's got a bedroom, and not everyone's got the phone camera, but middle of the road, normie nothing, and I'm not saying anything interesting, and everyone has thoughts, and everyone could just say their thoughts, and everyone can learn that if you say your thoughts, you gotta edit some of them out, and it feels like horrifying. It feels like I'm cutting out a part of my soul to not tell you everything. And I desperately hope that one day I will be able to say everything. But in order to get there, I can't. So that's where we're at. 28, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It just keeps going up. It never stops. Time is an endless staircase to nowhere. But I'm still living my life, okay? Like, I want existential crisis. Like, okay, we can go there. But I still got my stuff to do. Like, I still have to do, I don't have to do the laundry, but it happens. The laundry must occur. It must occur through a certain physical process. Shame about the length of the video. Because it's just knowing that my future self is bored of me is so hard. Because, I want her to be my cheerleader, And it's really hard when I can't rely on, oh, my future self thinks that I'm so amazing and she sanctions everything I do. It's like, she loves me probably, deeper than I can conceptualize right now. But, she probably thinks I'm messing up a lot too, or not messing up, but I don't know how much is this. It's just, but anyway, she's bored of me. I know she's freaking bored of me. She doesn't always want to sit through all of these. It's so much content. It's just gets antsy. And so I can't grab onto that as like, well, my future self, she's here, she's paying attention to me every second of this. Maybe once when I'm 70, I'll sit here and watch my past self flick a pencil around. But it's boring. It's like I'm boring, man. Oh God. I'm hearing the self-criticism. So much fear. Oh my goodness. And you talk to your art professors and they say what are you doing? And I say I'm making these videos, and they say that's your sketchbook, and I go, oh, it's like a stab in my heart. I'm not this grandiose. Yeah. But it's not but I'm like, but what if this was my main thing? What if this wasn't the sketchbook? What if this was the main thing? I fear that the sketchbook is the main thing. and if it's not good enough for her, then oh my God, it's devastating. It's so devastating for your elders to think you're not all that. It stopped me in my tracks when she said that. That it's just a sketchbook. It stopped me. It stopped me. It made me feel so much, and this is what she wanted to avoid, because she's so kind. She's so incredibly kind, and everything has caveats, and she's like, but I don't want you to think about my opinion. I don't want you to care about my opinion. I just don't get it. I'm old and whatever. And she's saying all this, but her saying all that, and she knows it on a subconscious level, at least she knows that her adding all those caveats just makes me respect her opinion more. It gives it more weight. And so when she says it's a sketchbook and she hasn't even watched them, she just decrees. She decrees it's my sketchbook. I go, I can't make this anymore. I can't. Who do I think I am? Just blah. Blah for everyone to see. But it's not blah. It's not blah. There's so much I'm holding back. I'm trying so hard to not try. I'm trying so hard to be the perfect level of no FUCK is given, and yet everything is cared and every detail is considered, and then I come up with the answer of who cares? I considered everything and I came up with the answer that how it was just fine. And I think that's a big part of the thesis is if I was just like you, which I am in a lot of ways. I mean, I'm me and you're you, but if I was just like you, there wouldn't be anything wrong with that. If I was just boring and lonely and I didn't have a very beautiful room and I wore kind of weird clothes and I showed up and I didn't know what I was doing, then that would be fine. I'm if I show up here and you say that it's fine, then we'll all be fine. And that everything is okay. But I can't end with a moral because it's too It's too good. I want something to tie it into something. We're coming to an end. It seems clearly like, we're wrapping up here. And I could keep going. It's not that I couldn't. I've done other ones where I proved I can keep going. You can say, oh, it's over, and then you keep going. I mean, how many times? How many times have you done that? Said, I'm done with this, and then you keep going. It's usually the thing that's like the worst thing ever to keep going with. But I always think it's good to end with I love you. I love you. I really love you. And I'm sorry that I can't not say, I love you even though it's hard. I love you even though it's sad. I love you even though I'm angry at you. I love you even though you disappoint me. I love you even though I don't show up for you the way that I want to. I hate that I can't be simple for you or for myself. But we're going through it right now, And I love you enough to be honest about that. And that doesn't mean that I'm not choosing joy. I'm freaking choosing joy. Like, if there's anywhere I'm not choosing joy, burn it off. Redirect me. Like, point my whole being towards light-hearted, kind love that lets go and is of service and does not hold grudges. Point me there. Point me there, and whatever you need to do to get to that point. Anyway, I love you so freaking much. I am obsessed with you. Like, I think you're so amazing. And I'm disappointed and bored with you almost constantly, but like, wow, I would not change it. Oh, I would. I mean, of course I would, because I'm acting, I'm creating actions, but surely you must know what I mean at some point. That, like, oh, you're just lovely. You're just so lovely. So thank you.